For much of the last century, the world was shaped by a Western-led order. After the Cold War, the United States and its allies set the rules, with Washington's influence unmatched. Key decisions on finance, trade and security were made in Western capitals and institutions like the World Bank and IMF. The US dollar became the world's primary reserve currency, giving America huge economic leverage. This system fostered global trade and spread democratic ideals, but many felt their voices weren't heard. Critics argued the system favored established powers and imposed harsh conditions on developing nations. As the 21st century progressed, rising powers like China and India began to challenge this order. Their growing influence set the stage for a new, more multipolar world. BRICS began as an acronym, but soon became a powerful alliance of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These diverse nations united to increase their influence and challenge the Western-dominated global order. In 2024, BRICS expanded, welcoming Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. Indonesia joined in 2025, forming a 10-nation bloc. This expansion dramatically increased BRICS's global weight, representing a huge share of the world's population, GDP, and energy. At the 2025 Rio Summit, BRICS declared a multipolar world order a reality, signaling the end of singular Western dominance. For developing nations, BRICS offers new options and a more balanced global playing field. The BRICS agenda is not just about political statements. It's about building tangible alternatives to the Western-led financial architecture. One of the most significant initiatives is the push to conduct more trade using local currencies, rather than relying on the US dollar. This de-dollarization effort aims to reduce vulnerability to American sanctions and financial policies. While creating a single common currency remains a distant and, let's be honest, contentious idea, the increasing use of bilateral currency swaps for trade among members chips away at the dollar's supremacy and gives these nations greater control over their economic destinies. To support this vision, BRICS established its own financial institutions. The new development bank, sometimes called the BRICS Bank, was created to fund infrastructure and sustainable development projects in member countries and other emerging economies. Unlike the IMF or World Bank, the NDB aims to provide loans with fewer political conditions attached, offering a welcome alternative for nations that have long chafed under the policy prescriptions of Western lenders. Alongside the NDB, the contingent reserve arrangement acts as a financial safety net, providing members with access to liquidity during economic crises, thereby reducing their reliance on emergency bailouts from Washington-based institutions. The bloc's growing economic clout is undeniable. Projections from the IMF in April 2025 indicated that the BRICS economies would grow at a faster rate than the global average, highlighting their role as key engines of global prosperity. This economic power translates into significant diplomatic influence. For instance, the group has taken unified stances on major global events, condemning the 2025 US-Israel strikes on Iran as a breach of international law and denouncing the use of starvation as a weapon of war in Gaza. Such joint declarations demonstrate the bloc's potential to act as a significant diplomatic force capable of challenging Western narratives on the world stage. This shift has not gone unnoticed. In a clear sign of the growing rivalry, former US President Donald Trump threatened in July 2025 to impose extra tariffs on any country aligning with what he called BRICS anti-American policies. The bloc has also been vocal in its criticism of Western protectionism and green tariffs, which they argue unfairly penalize developing economies. By creating their own systems for trade, finance, and development, the BRICS nations are not just complaining about the old order. They are actively building a new one, piece by piece, fundamentally altering the global economic landscape. The BRICS group, now expanded and more diverse, faces both significant challenges and unique opportunities. Internal divisions, like the India-China border dispute and conflicting climate goals, test the bloc's unity. The absence of key leaders at major summits raises questions about cohesion. Yet BRICS isn't about forming a military alliance. It's about shifting global power dynamics. The group's existence signals a move toward a multipolar world where influence is shared. This new era promises a more balanced and representative international system, shaped by many voices, not just one.